Hello, welcome back to the Couple Binders channel. I am Lucy Peace Nantume.
Ronald Kazibwe.
Yes. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, like, comment, share. 2 weeks ago, we were somewhere. We had made a stopover. And one of my longtime friends, we used to work together, came over. This is what he told me, that he saw Ronnie entering the supermarket and knew that somehow Lucy was somewhere in the vicinity. And he was communicating this on phone to another friend of ours. I'm here. I'm sure Lucy's somewhere here because I can see Ronnie. And true to his word, he moved around the parking and he found me. We laughed so much about it. But that's how our lives have become intertwined. Those who know us know that usually when you see Lucy, most probably Ronnie is somewhere. This is the aspect of becoming one. We are in our 15th year of marriage, and probably we are starting to become really one. And this we get from what the Lord commanded when he made marriage. Genesis chapter, you're better at getting those things in your head. Chapter 2, chapter 1.
It's in Genesis chapter 2:24.
Chapter 2 verse 22. That's why man shall leave his mother and father, be joined to his wife, and the two shall become
and that
one.
Same position was reaffirmed by Jesus in Matthew 19:5. Same message.
Same,
yeah.
Yes.
That's I think that's why in my view, that's why it's a very important a very important message in a scripture, because if in a marriage, if people don't live and they don't cleave, then they can never have oneness. You need to live the physical aspect, both physical and emotionally. You need to live, and then you have to cleave both physical and emotionally. And that cleaving means that you have to do some bit of work, because nothing cleaves by its own. They have to be. I love physics, and I know that they have to be a force that has to hold this together. So that force can be from without or from within, but you have to cleave. Yes.
And to become one.
Yeah.
So today we want to speak on the aspect of becoming one. How do you get to that level where it is, people don't ask who is the husband or the wife of that one. They already know. Or even the two of you, you reach a point where you can detect what your spouse is thinking, is planning, is...
I think we becoming one in it's sometimes easier said than done. Like I said earlier, you have to put in some work. But what can we do a bit? What are some of the things that we can do practically for couples to get that oneness? This video is about that. We want to look at just give you a few tips on the practical ways of how we can build oneness between a man and a woman. And one of them, I think we're going to look at maybe the social aspect of that, and then the emotional aspect of that, and maybe the physical and the spiritual. But
there are many aspects,
there are
even financial.
Many aspects, yes. But we can do just a bit. But let's start with what binds all of us together spiritually. What are those things that you can do spiritually? There are those ones that are married to a person of a different denomination, and you don't maybe go to church together, but still you can meet together, because prayer can always be one. So even if a couple, maybe even if one is a Catholic, the other one is Anglican, or one is a Muslim, one is a Catholic, you can still come together. Because when we do that, when we are in meetings, we come together and then you say, prayer. Yes, and then we say, okay, let's say a prayer. and then you choose, because you're praying into the same things, you're praying into similar things.
Yeah.
You're praying for your children, you're praying for your families, you're praying for each other. So you can gain oneness in that. That even if we are apart in what we believe in, but when we come to speak to the Lord, we come as a family and say, okay, this is our place.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you don't share faith, you have to put in extra work. Now, for you who share faith, you should be happy, and this should come easier for you because you can pray. You understand each other's prayer modes. Unfortunately and sadly, we find many couples who share faiths but have failed to become united in that aspect. One goes for first mass, another goes for the third mass, then the children will go for the evening mass, you know. Or they say we go to another church. So it's important that you find, it takes sacrifice for you to agree that let's meet in the middle and choose
It's
to
not
go.
sacrifice, it's cleave. It's work.
Cleave, it's work. So you agree to go to one mass, sit together. I find it sad that couples don't sit together. Why don't you sit together?
And you know, priests, sometimes you're in church and then they're saying, oh, the marrieds maybe stand and come forward, and then the husband comes from one corner and then another one.
It's the other side.
And then I've also been in village churches where the men sit at the back and the women at the front.
Or the other way around.
Oh yes.
So if you share a faith, for you shouldn't even have an excuse.
Yeah.
Pray together, go to church together, arrange to go to spiritual activities together. So those things we are mentioning are the things we do spiritually together. We agree to go. We schedule in our schedules to go to a retreat together. Sometimes we can't do the same things. Like I have learned and I love to pray early in the morning, and Ronnie supports me so that I'm able to do that by taking care of the children in the morning so that I have that time to pray. Yeah. So you build the oneness in the spiritual aspect.
That's the bond that we were talking about, of you come together and become one. Yeah. Another aspect I think we should speak about is, because now we've covered the spiritual the side of things, I think the next thing we should look at is the side of finances. How do you become one in finances?
Oh, that's a huge topic.
Just the tip. Let's just scratch the surface. How would the couples out there practically, how do they become one?
Becoming one financially requires even more work and more sacrifice, because we are living in a world that is selfish. Yeah. And from childhood, many of us have been trained to be selfish. My. So if you intend to become one in the financial aspect, you should start early, even in your marriage. But even if you're already married, you can start discussing these things. So we can't share what others do, but we can share for us what we do. Because we in these our sharings, we are sharing our story. Others have their stories, they will share them, but for us we share our story. So, and we've talked about this in other videos, how we agreed that we shall be one financially. So we join our finances. We practiced it. It would take a long talk for us to tell you how we do that, but we just know you can be one financially by deciding so. So we decided so. We don't even have a joint account. Interesting, but what's his account is our account, and my account is our account. We just know that in this month this amount goes there, and we plan for it. We budget together. We plan our expenses. We plan.
She knows my PIN number, I know her PIN number.
Yes.
We are each other's next of kin.
Yeah.
On all those areas where we've invested.
Our properties are in both names. Sometimes some we put in one name, but be sure they are for both of us. And we also don't allow people to disorganize our unity financially. So if you've ever asked me for a loan, just know my husband knows that you asked and we gave you. It's not I who gave you. So when someone asks us for something, we discuss it and we agree. We agree on how much to contribute to the different contributions. Yeah, so we have learned. It would take time for us to teach you how we've done that. And that's why we do this work to support couples. And over the years,
I think one of our marriage retreats, we had a whole retreat
on finances.
and I think in future we shall have one again on that, because it was really empowering for many couples.
Yes,
because many don't talk about finances.
If you don't become one in finances, it disorganizes many other things. Yeah, but it needs a mindset change, because we've grown up in society which advocates for kasente ka chikazi. What if he does this? What if he does that? And we have our answers to all those what ifs.
We shall have a lot of time to talk about that.
Finances.
How can couples,
socially,
how can they build oneness socially and emotionally?
Yes.
Yeah, because we've seen how to build it spiritually, we've seen how to do it financially. Now emotionally, emotionally, socially and physically. I think what can couples do to build that?
I think all the others speak into the emotional bit.
Okay, if you think so.
But you can give your view.
Yes.
Socially. In the social aspects, it still takes planning. So we decided as a couple. For us, we decided to be one. So whatever we are doing, we are building on that oneness. So even in our social activities, we choose to be one. We serve in the same church because we choose to go to the same church, and we both decided to serve.
And usually when they invite us for a function, instead of Lucy saying I'm going for one wedding and I'm going for another, or one party, or something like that, what we do, we'd say we are going to be here for 1 hour,
and we go to
another and for 1 hour, another hour.
Yes.
Sometimes we've attended 5 functions in a day, but we are there 1 hour. But all of us, we go together.
Go there.
And then there are those times when we do things like we plan together. We have the same diary calendar, so we synchronize our activities together, so that we know that on this day you have to do this, I have to do this, then how do we fit bring into this. And then also how we've achieved our oneness is we know the strength and the weaknesses each of us brings on the table.
Yeah.
And then now what we do is that yes, there's already a table. That's why they say don't shake that table. And
it has expensive drinks.
But we know that she has certain areas where she's very strong. I have certain areas where I'm very strong, and we have areas where I'm weak and where she's weak. So I bring the strength on I bring my strength to her weaknesses, and she brings her strength to my weaknesses, and there we build that oneness and we complete it.
Yes.
It's beautiful when you do that as a couple.
Yeah.
But then also the other one is friendships. We share many friends that are common.
So and if you think you're Ronnie's friend and I don't know you,
and sometimes she steals my friends.
And are you complaining that I steal your?
So I bring friends, and then there are more friends, then they become more of your friends.
Where does that come from? I also have friends I brought who love you more than me, by the way, for your information. Our friends are our friends.
We have close, same friends across.
Yeah.
And but those are some of the areas.
And I don't want to miss this thing. One of the things that helps us to be one. We drive one car.
Yeah,
we travel together. Yeah. Now, Ronnie and I are very busy people. We are parents to 5 children. We are in this ministry. We both have jobs. We are employed. We both have church service. He's the server Christo. I'm in charge of it. We are busy at church. We have siblings. We come from big families. We have so many ceremonies. Now, one of the ways we are able to join our lives is plan together, but also we intentionally decided to use one car, so that we utilize the time, because we spend a lot of time in jam. So we are able to utilize that time to synchronize our schedules and to plan and to talk and to check in with each other. Yeah.
That's why you need to buy me a better, more comfortable car.
So when I buy him that car I talked about, it will still be one car. It will be our car.
Yeah. So there are many ways couples out there can build this oneness.
Yeah.
And it is something that takes work.
But
it's beautiful if you do it, and if you choose to do it and do it very well. Yeah. It will help you to solve so many things. And the beauty, one of my uncle and my late auntie, they always I remember one time they were giving us a talk, and she said She said, you know, marriage, many people say marriage is a bed of roses. It's not a bed of roses. And she said, but you see, marriage has work.
Yes.
I think it should be referred to as a garden.
Yes.
Marriage is a garden of roses. It is a when you invest in this garden, when you do all these things and you whatever and you give them fertilizers and you give them the best, it becomes very beautiful. So follow us, and how we shall bring most of this conversation to you.
You can also in the comment section share with us some of the things you do to become one, or ask us questions, or reach out to us. Check out our website for all the information you need about us. It's the Couple Binders. Let's go and parent. People are calling us.
You know. Okay, bye.
Bye.